Hello everyone. Welcome back to Tuan channel. And today I'm here with Amania Saluste, and we're gonna talk about conservative poet and censorship. Um, good morning. Is it good morning or still afternoon now?
I think it's now afternoon,
Okay,
Tuan.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon
Would
to you.
you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Amania Salas, and I am also the conservative poet.
Well, so can you tell me more of what your background, a little bit more, your background, what you do, and what make you want to talk and interest in the conservative poet and
Okay, well, first I'd like to say thank you for having me on your show. I really appreciate it.
no, thank
It's
you for
it's a
taking the
quite an
invitation.
well, you're very welcome. But also I want to say thank you. So again, my name is Amania. I am the conservative poet, and a little bit about my background is that from the beginning of time, since I was a tiny little thing, I always loved writing, and words was just a way for me to cope with being a young girl. I read books constantly. I was always in a book. I mean, if anybody's, I would not go play with other kids because where is she? She's sitting somewhere reading a book. So words have always been a part of who I am. And so I started to write, and my writing became more poetic than anything. And I have so many books, notebooks and everything from growing up. And so as the years went on, I continued to write, and I started doing poetry slams. So I would read poetry live, and it was just a wonderful experience to be able to do that, going to different venues and reading my poem out loud. And then a couple of years ago, well, sometime back, I started a YouTube channel, which it was called the Artward Lounge, where I would incorporate art and well, for me, everything is art. So I considered my poetry to be art as well. And so I started the channel. I started to record and be out there a little bit more, but life kind of took over and I put that to the side. But now, in the environment that we're in, the Lord has put it on my heart to go back to where I started, and that is through my poetry. And so now I no longer talk about, the birds and the bees. I really I'm looking at some real issues in our society.
When you say you're conservative portrait, that's very interesting topic, and I want to do some portrait too, but I'm really bad with it. I don't know where to start and how to start, so that's why I'm focused on engineering and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not a good writer, and I'm really bad with it. But so can you tell me the problem that you see and in the past year, and why is it make you stop do the other portrait and move to conservative portrait more? And
Okay.
can you tell me more?
Yeah. So for me, it's been a concern because I really do believe in that we have certain rights, that God has created us with certain rights. And having freedom of speech is one of those rights.
But you know that we don't have a freedom of speech any much more because it has been
Yes.
censored and stuff like that.
Yes. Yes. So our freedom of speech is being censored, and that for me is something that I feel like our rights are being taken away from us through censorship. So one of the things that I would like to see is for us to go back to those, to look at those things again. Why are we being censored when, again, this is something that we're given. You should be able to speak certain things. You should be able to say whatever it is that you need to say without somebody telling you can't say that.
Well, that's for communist country.
Yes, 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 the communist country. And we are not living in a communist country. And so freedom of speech is something that everybody has a right to. And therefore, nobody should be able to tell you you can't say this or you can't say that. So, not the government, not your family, not your parents, not your friends. not politicians, no one,
Mm-hmm.
because God gave you the right to be able, and not even God, because He gave us a right of free will. He's not even telling you what to do
You
because we
know,
have free will.
everybody, doesn't matter where, people, the first right that they have is the right to speak for themselves, to speak what they believe, to speak what they think. Um, Nobody couldn't stop them unless they don't want to talk about it because that's their freedom, you know, and especially when we live in America and people come up, many people around the world come to the U.S. For one of the main purpose is a land of freedom and an opportunity. And now I feel like our opportunity has been taken away by China, and now our freedom of speak, freedom of everything has been taken away by the government, and that is not what I want to see.
No,
Yes.
you're absolutely right. The government has played a major role, especially with the major platforms that control the social media, such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and probably the rest of them. But government does play a role in that. They censor stories that should be talked about. For example, we had a huge story. I hope this doesn't mess with your
I don't
algorithm.
care. I don't care.
But
You can say almost anything you want on my channel.
okay, well, there was a huge story that was out 2 years ago that was not covered, and actually, it was put out by a major news station, a respected news station. I think it was the Washington Post. But any event, the story was out there, but it was censored. Nobody could hear about it. Nobody could talk about it. I mean, there's videos and all kinds of stuff, but Twitter especially held that story back, and that could have affected, in my humble opinion, I think that did affect the election and how things went in 2020. And we're obviously talking about Hunter Biden and his laptop and that scandal. But again, that came out about a week before the election, but people don't know about it because it was hidden away from people.
Well, because that's why big tech company they want to censor us because they are support the left and they want to be able to understand what's going on, to know what's going on, and that is not right because you try to plug in information for a big election, and that is something that's not right.
No,
You know,
it's
and
not
then
right.
one of the reason I'm running for Congress because of that, because I want to bring the value of my knowledge and expertise on the cybersecurity to the Congress because I know what I have to do for all the investigation because all the system that been hold all the data is, you know, a lot of people don't know how to get it or don't know what to do for the investigate, but wait until I get there. So that's why it's a big thing for me to run for Congress. And when you're talking about censorship, is one of the topic that really I really want to talk about too, because censorship is take away the freedom, and on top of that, it's not only take away freedom, but take away of the people have the decision for their president, their governor, their government.
They're taking
That
away.
they're taken away because if the information is censored and how you know the truth behind that. And like I mean, we aren't live in the communist country. We live on a freedom, a land of freedom and opportunity. So do you have any friend or anybody that been you know that been blocked? And I know President Trump get blocked a lot.
Oh yeah, well he was blocked a lot, and then they just kind of they threw him off the platform,
Yes.
and so when you bring up President Trump, so now he has created his own platform, and for me, I think that there's so many different platforms out there, so they censor conservatives on the major ones, Twitter, Facebook, and so on. And so people are now going out there and doing their own, creating different ones, Parler, Rumble, and Gab, and there's so many more. And it's just like, well, we've got these three major ones. it's like there's too much to go and create so many different ones because the majority of the people are on these three. So I think Elon Musk is really moving in a good direction with him going into Twitter and purchasing, stock and getting his hand, so to speak,
Yeah.
in that pot. And so I really hope that maybe he's going to be able to have a voice where he can change the way Twitter does business as far as, the censorship goes and how they are, silencing people's voices.
Yeah. See, it's very interesting when Elon Musk buy out how much? How much he bought
He
out?
almost $3 billion.
See, it is a big dollar
It's a big
into
move.
the. So I mean, it's very excited that Elon Musk doing that. Buy out of social media. I mean, one of the big social media. It's very interesting because at all time, I always believe Elon Musk is conservative man,
Yeah.
and he if people who come from another country, they see the value of working hard. They understand the value of this country,
Yeah, they do.
and they know what the conservative stand for. It's not protect only American, but protect every resource and the people believe and the people work hard for it. So it's bigger than a party. So people, I mean, I don't know much about Republican, Democrat, Tea Party, this and that and stuff like that until the election happened. But conservative is bigger than that.
It is.
Conservative is not about party. It's about what you can do for America and what American what the value of America. So Elon Musk I mean, I'm really respect him not only like the PayPal, but because I'm also in respect him on the Tesla, the electric
Yes,
car.
yes.
But I mean, the big thing that he done is the space industry because I come out from a space industry,
Yeah.
and I don't want to see American astronaut go to Russia for to launch to space. Elon Musk has saved American face. Elon Musk has saved American face. That's why he become my favorite now, because it's not because he's wealthy, he's smart, but because he saved American face and he do a lot of right thing. Hopefully, when he buy many share from Twitter, that he will make Twitter to straight up,
Yes.
because he like what happened to Ukraine. He gave them free Starlink when he still working on his satellite. He provided Starlink to them to use. So that's why Elon Musk had a decision of buy that big share. I mean shareholder for Twitter is a big thing. What is your opinion?
I think he is on to something good. I think instead of trying to go out there to create a lot of different ones, let's work with the ones that we currently have where the majority of the people are. I really do.
So
I think so.
so because of you saying that, I have to introduce something. We work with the current we have. I also develop a social media too.
Okay.
I start to develop a social media when I see President Trump account has been suspended, delete, removed,
Suspended.
and banned it,
Banned
whatever.
it, and
So
so
when I see all that, and I say it's not fair.
It's not fair.
Where the human right?
This is the leader of the free world.
Yeah, and
Okay?
leader of free world.
He can be censored. What about little people like you and
my friend, you know what they call jail, Facebook jail.
Facebook jail?
So I mean, thing like that and everything. So that's why I say, wait a minute, I'm gonna develop my own platform. So to start a platform is big. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, and then but for my own finance, I'm not like that kind of like rich person to have the money to put around to do developing research. So is working. I'm working really hard to figure out how can I develop a social media. So I developed a social media. It's called. I mean, I don't want to release the name, yes,
Okay.
but it's unbiased social media.
Unbiased. Well,
It's
that's what we need.
unbiased.
We need everybody's
Yeah,
opinions
it's
to come
unbiased.
together.
Yeah, social media, and the pre-version of the social media that I want to release is I'm gonna have my Tuan.
Totally.
That's the pre-version. So the pre-version is Tuan. It's I say a name code Tuan to test out my platform
Okay.
because the platform is too big. So I will release the Tuan social media
Okay.
pre-version, a very small portion of it on YouTube. I mean, sorry, on face on iPhone and Android.
Okay.
So people can download from iPhone and Android. And the nice thing about this media that I'm released,
Okay.
you can customize to your name. So if right now I call it Twanly. The main social media, the main one for everybody to use. I don't wanna release a name by now.
Okay.
But we also have a child version.
Okay.
A child version.
Oh, child friendly.
Child friend.
Kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and then I also have like everybody version.
Okay.
So that to keep separate to control everything and you know your parent can control and stuff like that because I'm concerned education too. So people, I mean culture and thing like that. I'm very big on that on culture, people behave and things like that. And on top of that, these my social media they can customize to their name if they want to own the right to have their name on for the social media. So what happened is now I'm called Twanly, so people can download the app on the iPhone or Android. They then download the app and then they can see what I want to send a message out and things like that. And it's more secure because if you can trust your phone for the bank, then you shouldn't have any problem with my app on your phone because we don't collect your information. Your information is collected by the phone.
Okay.
So whatever you preset for your phone, that's the information.
Well, that's
We don't collect
interesting.
information. We cannot market or sell your information.
Well, I like the version of having the children having a separate one
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you know adults
So-
can't go in there and do all kinds of
No,
things
no,
that's not
no.
good for
Yeah,
children.
yeah. And
So and the
and then-
parents can really monitor that.
and that for and
That's
that's
better.
that can go for the school and teacher can have the app for the student. You can have a app for your class or your school
Okay.
for the kid. And on top of that, if you're a candidate and you don't want to censor and you don't want Facebook or Twitter or whatever shut down your account, you can have your name Amania Salute
Amania Saluste, the
Amania Salute
conservative
app. So we will just download your app and then they follow you. It's safe and it's secure. So that's to say, I mean, because of you say is working on all, but
I just feel like there's so many people just don't have time to manage all of those
yeah,
stuff.
that's
Well, it's
that
crazy.
that's the reason why the reason why I come up with this app is will be hopefully will be a central because they can custom
Okay.
what they want to put on.
Okay.
So it's give people a free lane of do whatever you want on your app. So you can type YouTube, you can type Facebook, you can type include Twitter and everybody onto your app, and your app is a central of how you want to control.
Okay.
So
Sounds
the
pretty
pre-version,
interesting.
yeah, the pre-version. So they have Parlay, they have their part
Okay.
and other social media.
Okay.
And I don't want to talk about TikTok because it's China.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
unsecure.
Okay.
Whoever have TikTok should remove it. I will talk about it
Okay.
later, but
I'm
the
not
app,
huge on
yeah.
that,
I mean, well, I'm inviting you here to talk about you, not about me.
Okay.
But so do you have any conservative palm tree? Do you want to share to everybody?
I do have a poem online. I could probably read a little bit of it. I won't do the whole thing, but I'll just give you a little snippet of something.
All right. You need your phone to look at it, or you?
No, I don't
Okay.
need it. Okay. Well, I'll just go. So, we're living in a time where America is a joke, where the commander in chief left our troops behind enemy lines, botched withdrawal from Afghanistan. After 20 years of having boots on the ground, commander in chief, you've got dead Americans' blood on your hands. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go.
Wow. Yeah.
That's a
So.
little snippet from my single that's out. It's on Spotify. It's
Uh-huh.
spoken word poetry. It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes Music, and it's on YouTube. And there's a video that goes along with it as well.
Well, I have to check it out. Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't know. You see, everyone that I invite to my channel, they don't know what we're
Mhm.
going to talk
Yeah.
because I want a true and natural
Right.
way to,
Good.
to interview people and talk to people and then just express yourself freely.
Mm-hmm.
And then, just say it up, bring it up, what you want to say. Because I feel like freedom
Mm-hmm.
of speech and freedom of sharing is your
It is.
and then
And we
nobody
have to
should
preserve that.
nobody should take away or nobody should censor. So what's your website? Can you
You can find me again, The Conservative Poet on YouTube. I have an Instagram page. Again, it's called The Conservative Poet there as well. And again, it's on iTunes, Spotify. Just go in The Conservative Poet and you'll find me there.
Okay, that's a very great story, and you have
And I have a new song coming out.
yeah.
It's called The Rainbow, and it'll be out soon.
Oh, I should play that song on here.
Yeah. Well, when it's ready,
When
I'm
it-
actually heading into the studio
Okay.
to get it all recorded. And once it's done, I will come back and I'll do it here for you too.
So, do you have any plan for coming up? What you're going to do? Or?
Plans, that is my plan.
Okay.
Working as the conservative poet, God has put it on my heart, and this is where I am. And I do enjoy my campaign work. I work with a lot of local politicians here in our town, and I'm also involved in many clubs. Florida Republican Assembly. I'm involved with the Republicans Women Group. So those are the things that keep me busy.
Thank you for mentioning that because I don't know you before until I don't know who you are. I don't know anything about you until there's a protest going on.
We're at the
right?
protest.
There's a
That's
protest, and then I just see you and you volunteer, say, "Hey, Tuan, let me get
Yeah,
your
we started
petition."
getting you signatures.
Get my
get
signature.
your
Saying, "Okay,
petition.
right here."
And then we met again at CPAC. Or then you came to one of our Florida Republican Assembly meetings.
Uh-huh.
Remember you were there. And then ever since then, it's just been, we've just been meeting at every place. And now here I am sitting in your studio.
Yeah, but
So it's
but
wonderful.
the most beautiful about you is you don't know who I am, but you're willing to help and you're
Yeah.
willing to support, and that's really what I see on everybody nowadays.
That's what we
Because hey, I'm not a politician too.
do. Mm-hmm.
I just do what I do, and I don't care
Yeah.
anything in politics at all. I don't like politics in first place.
Yeah.
And one day I woke up and I say, I have to do something for our country.
Mm-hmm.
And when I have that thought, countries is very, very big.
Mm-hmm.
Country is very big because when you talk about country, you change
Mm-hmm.
that become a more responsibility as a citizen
Mm-hmm.
than a business or making money because
Yeah.
making money doing a business is mostly is benefit you
Mm-hmm.
for you and your family. But when you think the word of countries, you can I don't know how about other people. There's a lot of people take advantage of this and that stuff like
Yeah.
that. But when I talk a word of countries, because my parents lost there and I don't want to lost mine,
Right.
and that's why I see the values in the word countries
Yeah.
more than a lot of American does.
Yeah.
And that's why and the country is come along with freedom and opportunity.
That's it.
And when I see that, I say, wait a minute, I'm willing to put everything behind.
Yeah.
A lot of people like don't know and have the same mindset because nobody understands you better than what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
before, I don't think about politics, but when I see the word,
When you
when I
see
see
the
the
country
country,
and you
and
have to do
I have to
something,
do
you
something.
can't sit back. And I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I can't sit back and
we-
watch what's going on and
we-
not say something.
we not come from the same country. We don't
Yeah.
come from the same area. We don't live in the same house,
No.
same place.
All we do,
But
we
we
have
are
united
we
by
are
the
united
country
in
because
one
of our love
country.
of the nation.
See, that's
That's
why
it.
the love for the country is bigger than a love of everything else.
Yes, it
I
is.
see that. I
Yeah.
mean, it's hard to explain.
It
You know,
is.
it's hard to explain.
We come
And
from all walks.
yeah, and then that's why I understand President Trump.
Yeah.
He put his heart into this country,
He loves this
and
country.
he loved this country.
He loves this country so much, and I just don't understand how is it that people don't see that.
Man,
How do you not see he loves this country?
well, they don't see that when they don't put a mind to it.
Yeah.
And
he loves the people, not
He-
just the country.
exactly.
And it's all people that he
exactly.
loves.
So that's why I keep saying I am doing this for the people.
Yeah.
Because for me, really, I don't want to be. I don't want people to tell me, Tuan, you only do that, you only do this. I don't want to. I want to be freely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't want to. You have to worry about this law. You have to, concern about this law, or you have to be careful what you say.
Oh my
Thing like that,
It's
and
too
so much when I'm start to run, and it take away my freedom.
Right.
But
here you are going to fight for freedom,
I'm
and
going
they're
to
taking
fight
it
for
away.
freedom. It take my freedom away. Exactly. It take my freedom
Oh,
away, and I don't have to
good
worry
Lord.
about censorship too.
Yeah.
I'm worried. Okay, my social media is not ready.
Yeah.
If what happened if Facebook take away
they
me,
shut you down.
it shut me down, or Twitter, or
Yeah.
or Instagram,
It's crazy.
or it's crazy. That's why I have to release my media pretty soon,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know, because I cannot control of how I express,
Yeah.
and
It's the truth.
I don't want the opportunity and freedom it take away from everybody. So that's why I'm fighting for the freedom.
Yeah.
I'm fighting for the
We have
opportunity,
to.
and I hope that people understand, and people like you.
Yeah.
I know you have a job, a job before,
Yeah.
and now you focus
I'm focusing on this.
on all this. And
Yes.
I had multiple jobs before, and my main job right now is
This is it.
join the campaign.
Our job is to fight for the country.
and fight for the
That's
country.
our job.
Yeah.
That's my job.
Yeah, so it's a big thing,
Yeah.
and I hope people will understand, will see that,
Yeah.
and I hope that you will grow and successful too.
I will grow because
Uh,
I have God with me. He has sent me as a messenger, and I am on a mission to tell the world exactly what He thinks, exactly the things that I say. It's not for me. I really don't want to. I don't want to be online. I don't want to be on the internet. I don't want to be out there in the world. But I have to because He has called me to do so.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do that with my poetry.
I will share that story about me too, to people later, because it's not just politics. It's not just come to me. It's God.
It is God.
It's God.
God.
There are a lot of stuff that I will share, and when I tell people, I get goosebumps when I first tell everybody. Now I'm talk people, so I don't get that anymore.
Yeah.
But when I first talk about it, it give me goosebumps because I see it's coming and chosen. It's not just me when I run. It's say, hey Tuan, you are here on this planet, is doing something, and I think that's why that's a message I receive, and that's make me strong and moving forward.
I'm telling you.
It doesn't have reason for me to be strong on this and move forward, and I want to be a good example for other people when I get in politics. I have to do what I have to do because 2 years is really short. And I have to take advantage for 2 years. I don't want to waste every hours of my 2 years because you don't know if you re-election again.
Right.
Your 2 year is works every penny if I'm honored to be
You gotta
selected.
pack in everything that you
Everything.
can within
I don't
that term.
I don't care how other candidate, but for me, I will take every minute is very important for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm happy to know you.
Well,
It's my
thank
pleasure
you.
to know
It's
you,
mine to know you too.
I met a lot of people when I start to run.
I'm
A
sure you
lot of
have.
good people. I mean, of course, there are bad people too.
Oh,
They don't want me to be
there's a lot
there.
of bad ones too,
There's a lot of bad
but
people
it's
that want
more
me there too.
good than bad.
But
It's my experience.
I just let you know one message that God is with me right now, because if somebody do something wrong on me in politics, that person will get something bad or lead me to the right direction.
Yeah.
And I guess I don't know how. Nothing can explain it. I mean,
You can't explain it. When God is working, when He's put you into an assignment, nothing that nobody can do, nobody can say, you're gonna. He's got you. He's guiding you.
He guided me now.
Yeah, He is.
And then another thing is, I'm technology person. I'm a kind of like scientist and religious. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
But it's work for me.
Yeah.
It's work for me.
Yeah.
I love technology, and I believe that I'm here for a reason, and I'm been chosen to do what I'm doing.
Do what you gotta do.
And I wish that would the same to you.
I have been chosen to do it, and I'm going to do it. I am doing it actually.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to say, God, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I tried to run away like Noah. I tried to run away, and He stopped me. He says, "No, you got to do what I put you here to do."
So it's the same thing. I had an interview with Alisa's earlier. Then it's the same thing. I love what I do. But people do what they love and do what you've chosen for to make you happy.
Yeah.
Because by the end of the day is make you feel comfortable on what you choose to do.
Yeah.
And then that will make you success. Success means whatever you want, God want you to deliver, you make it happen.
Yeah.
And then
you make Him happy, He will make sure you're taken care of.
Yeah.
That's all He
let
wants.
me put it this way. I haven't seen any devil or any bad person success by the end of their life.
Wow.
I believe you do good. Like I'm Buddhism, so I believe on things going around come around.
What goes? Yeah.
And I believe on that. And if you do something bad, I mean, it will come back to you.
Karma.
It's karma.
It exists.
Yeah, it's karma.
It is
It's
real.
exist, and it's real, and I see that happen. That's why I try to do everything I can, my best. If people treat me bad, I don't bother.
Yeah.
I mean, I have competition, I have employee, I have partner, I have this, and I have to say, everyone treat me bad. It's been pushed out and pushed away.
Wow.
And I don't want it to happen to them, but it's just automatic. And I feel like I keep doing it.
Good.
So, but and then thank you.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for being in here, and I wish God always with you and make you strong and make you healthy and to do what you have to do. And I like to talk with you again later with about control and censorship because it's a big topic.
Yes,
And
yes,
later
it is.
I want to talking about different country, we both immigrant.
Yes, we
So
are.
we understand how other country too, and I like
Yeah,
to
we
talk
do
with you
understand
more about it.
how other countries work.
Yeah,
Yes.
how
Yeah.
other country work
Yeah.
and how it's controlled, and really so much that we can share.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
All right.
glad
Would you
you've
like to
been
say a
here.
last thing to my
Yeah.
audience?
Again, you can find me at The Conservative Poet on Instagram, on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel there. You can catch my video. And again, I have a new piece that's coming out soon. It's already been ready. It's actually going to be recorded in the studio, and it'll be out soon. So again, The Conservative Poet, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for watching our Tuan channel, and please subscribe our channel. We have a lot of interesting story coming up, and we have a lot of special guests coming up in a few days. So follow us and subscribe us, and don't forget to donate. Make some donation for my campaign, tuanleeforcongress.com. We really need your help. $1